Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday Hump Day, which means it's time for Boob Tube. But of course, it's not Boob Tube without my lovely co-hosts, Casey Carter and Desirable Bottom. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Why do I
How's
send
your
this to my daughter
weekend?
every now and then? I will send her a "Hey girl, hey" text, and she's like, "Hi." Like, don't make me look stupid. Just give it back, man. Give it back. If I give you a "Hey girl, hey," I'm expecting a "Hey girl, hey" response.
And Casey, I love your nails. I love that they're
Thank
green
you.
for St.
St.
Patrick's.
Patty's Day. I'm
Actually,
so basic.
I
Except for
did
French.
it actually in honor of spring. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Okay.
How was
Okay.
y'all St. Patty's? Did you guys celebrate? Did you guys chill? No? Nothing?
No, I never.
There was parades, I guess, but yeah.
I did add to my bucket list that I would like to go to Chicago to see the River Green
The dance.
downtown during St. Patrick's Day. So I added that to my bucket list, but I did not celebrate. I mean, I put some green stuff on and took a couple pictures,
Yeah.
but nothing
Yeah.
exciting. Nothing to write home about.
I didn't do any.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
What did you do?
Cool. Same thing. Not too much.
Yes, Jason, you're here bright and early this week. We're happy that you're here.
Yeah, and then
This
we
is
didn't have
what
to
we
put out an
expect.
APB.
Yeah.
You know, last week we had to put out an APB on Jason.
We were talking shit. We were like, yo, where the hell is Jason? Look, Whitney's like, good for you, Jason. We were gonna do the same for you, Whitney.
Yeah,
You were here, but you weren't chatting, and that's very unusual for you all. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we're almost 4 years with you all, so we kind of know you.
Mm-hmm.
We're family now. We are the Boob Tube family,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Facts.
when certain characteristics or things are not looking right, you know, we are sending out
All points bulletin.
all points
Yep.
bulletin.
Things gotta get in line.
Casey's gonna start putting a little news flash at the bottom. And in today's
Have you
news,
seen?
Jason has not been seen for 2 weeks. His last message. Hey Ray, how are you?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
So
Listen, I love being able to do the roll call. And like you said, you know, Kari, we've been together for so long that we've come to used to seeing certain people. And quiet as it's kept, when we don't see y'all, for as much talking as we do, we still manage to point out we don't see you. So Miles, Alex, yeah.
Axel Foley. Where's Axel Foley been? Yeah.
I feel
so
like it's like where in the world is Carmen
Waldo.
Sandiego, but well, yeah.
Carmen Sandiego. Where's Waldo is the other one.
Or where is Waldo? Yeah.
I think what we should do is start doing like a follow train on social media to tag we should start getting their social media so that we can have like a tag party. And before we go live, we could be like, all right, where you at?
Where you at?
Where you at?
We coming.
So I don't know. I don't know why we hadn't done. Listen, this was something that happened on a whim, and we don't know how we've made it 4 years, but we're here. And now it's like, well, now that we've developed and created this community, it's like, what do we do with it? So thank you for coming along for the ride. And we have 4 more years, 5 more years, 10 more years. Who knows how much longer we can go.
But we gonna do it, y'all. We gonna ride this till the wheels come off.
We enjoy this. At least I do. I know I thoroughly enjoy. This is one of the things that I actually enjoy. Okay, let me rephrase that. I love everything about my life, but this is like something that it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you look forward to it.
True.
Yes. So, with that being said, I am Kari Platinum Pussy Anthony. These are my co-hosts. Go ahead, ladies. Introduce yourselves for our new. We have to remember every week that we get new people that are watching, especially when we had 1,100 people watching live last week.
I think it might have even gotten higher than that. I took some screenshots. But anyway,
1,300 or something.
I am Casey Carter, and the
I am.
ears
Oh, go ahead.
belong to
Desirable Bottom. Yeah, you can find me Desirable Bottom everywhere. Google it.
If you're new to Boob too, we talk about what's streaming on platforms like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, or just on TV, movies that are playing, things that are coming out. And right now, before we get started into what we've been watching, I was telling Casey when we were in the green room that sometimes you can't find anything that really catches your interest. And I wanted to talk about or share and ask you all, what are your go-to movies or TV shows that you can watch 150 times and it's not like you just really enjoy watching it? For me, it's Burn Notice. I love Burn Notice. The way he narrates the show, just for me, is just.
Is Burn Notice on? Is it on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I believe it's on Netflix. It's on one of them.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna search for it because that was my jam. Oh my god, that was my jam.
Burn Notice, 24, and The Closer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love The Closer.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Okay, so here's one that's on my list, and don't judge me.
Judge. Okay. No judgment. Judgment-free zone.
Okay.
So
Sesame Street.
On my list of programs that I like to space out to, believe it or not, it is Seinfeld.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's what's interesting about it. When I watch it, the things I hear them say, I'm like, these comments are so ridiculous. They are so, in some cases, and no disrespect to any of our male viewers, but some of the comments are so male stupid. Like, it's like a dumb thing a guy says, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe the show was on 9 seasons with some of the dumbass things that these guys are saying, right?
Okay.
I mean, but for whatever reason, when I want to space out, I just like, that's one of them. And then as I mentioned, the other one that is like an absolute go-to for me for whatever reason, Hateful Eight. I love a Quentin Tarantino movie, and I just happen to be addicted to Hateful Eight. Like, if Netflix could tell me how many times I've watched it, they'd be paying me by now for having watched it so many times.
Yeah. What about you, Desiree?
Mine's like Survivor, a lot of like kind of like reality TV. I like the Chicago Fire and the medical ones. Anything cooking, like what's it, Guy's Grocery Games,
Fiore,
like
yeah.
things like things like that.
Supermarket Sweep. Do you remember Supermarket Sweep?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that
awesome.
used to be my jam. That was my
jam. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other movies, maybe.
Yeah.
Can't really think of any right now.
Paid in Full. That's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Okay, so Kari, I went back to a screenshot I took. The last screenshot I took said 1,367.
We're at 455 right now. Thank you guys so much for coming in and watching. We love it. We love that the numbers are getting higher and higher. And we love to shout you out. So leave some comments.
Yes.
Leave some comments. Let us know what you're watching or what you suggest watching. Christopher Gagliardi says 2001 A Space Odyssey, Dune 1984 version, Director's Edition 2010, the year we made contact, and Law and Order, which I have to agree with Law and Order. Absolutely love Law and Order. In fact, it falls on my list twice today because I was able to check out the new season of Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
I just realized that there's a season 3 of Law and Order Organized Crime. Can I not get enough of Stabler? Hello? Yeah.
It's speaking of Stabler, it tickles me to know he was a hardened criminal and then he became a police officer. Let us not forget he was in Oz.
There's so many good shows.
Oz.
Oz. Yeah, I remember that too. That was like, wasn't it was it HBO?
HBO. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And The Wire.
Yeah. And The Wire.
Mm-hmm. The Wire. Okay. Yeah, a lot of crossover performers were in Oz, The Wire, like that that time period where, yeah. But let's talk about what we've watched in the last week. Casey, do you want to give us a head start?
Yes. So, okay, here's something it wasn't this week, it was the week before that I watched this, and I meant to put it on my list and I forgot. But talk about a moment where you're like, I'm bored. I'm just going to throw something mindless on the screen so I can veg out.
Right.
I put on Ricky Stenicki.
Oh my God! What did you think?
I was so thoroughly entertained. I am not going to lie.
So were we. And my partner. He's not he's not a huge fan of like dumb comedies like that. And he's a huge wrestling fan. So John Cena in a dumb comedy, he was not feeling
trying to hear it.
And he was like, why are we like when it first started, he was like, why are we watching this? But after a little bit of watching it, he was cracking up, and he now talks about it all the time. Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah.
And so it is so funny that you mentioned that, because we were both it was like, for me, it was just like, it came on and it was like new and it had John Cena. So I was like, let me take a look.
Right.
Hilarious.
Absolutely. And it's funny because the underlying story is, similar to a lot of guy buddy movies that you see, where the guys, they get into a predicament and there's this, someone outside of their group has to help them get out of the predicament, or makes the predicament worse, or is the predicament, whatever the case is. And so, that's sort of the baseline of the story that they built on. And, without giving too much, it was really, really good. I mean, it's a buddy movie, right? It is definitely a dumb comedy, but I don't know. I liked it. I really liked it. And
I did too, surprisingly.
You kind of are like, that's just so ridiculous. That is so far-fetched. That's just crazy. But at the same time, I found myself, rooting for the guys, mad at the guys, and yet and still wanted to see how does this end. So yeah, Ricky Stenicki. If you just want a giggle, John Cena fan, buddy movie fan, you're not going to be disappointed.
One thing I'll say about movies like this, if you're looking for a movie that is so far-fetched that it disconnects you from like your actual life for a moment, this is the movie, because you're not thinking about what's going on, because you're just watching the movie like, what?
Okay.
And then you're like contemplating like, oh, well, can I see? Maybe I could see it. Okay. All right. And then, and then it's funny. So you're laughing. Yeah. Meanwhile, like it's a little bizarre, but it's hilarious. So yes.
Hilarious. Yeah.
I give it 2 thumbs up. Two thumbs up. Desiree, what you got for us, girlfriend?
Probably some more Survivor. I've seen there's like actually like Survivor, Big Brother, and there's another show that I watch, but I forget the name of it. But it's on the TV Guide right now.
Okay, is that your final answer? Because you said probably.
All of them! All the above!
All the above.
Yeah.
Okay. I am excited to announce that based off of Casey's recommendation last week, I watched Damsel.
Ooh, and
Ooh, yeah.
Fucking great.
mm-hmm.
First of all, I did not know she had a British accent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Millie Bobby Brown, I did
Okay.
not know that she had a British accent. That was like caught me off guard. Secondly, her character is bad fucking ass.
Yes. Yes.
True.
Third of all, I absolutely it was a great, like you said, it had that kind of like House of Dragons, Game of
Mm-hmm.
Thrones, like
Feel.
to it, but not.
Right.
And
Okay.
it was good. It was just really good.
Yeah. So I think what put me over the top in terms of her badassness was, the majority of the movie is spent with her trying to escape this cave. She finally gets out, only to discover her sister got tossed in the cave and she had to go back and get her sister. I was like,
Okay.
oh my God. Okay, wait, hold on. Is she actually going to get out? And, that scene where she tells the situation, because I really don't want to give too much
Give it
because y'all
away.
need to watch it. But in the scene
Right.
where she tells the situation, I'm tired of people telling me what to do. And she flips the script. I'm like, oh my gosh, she has just totally solidified what it means to be a badass. Just totally.
Yeah. Whoever I'm gonna do a little bit of research and find out who wrote, directed, and on this movie because
Brilliant.
absolutely wonderful execution from beginning to end. Like, and the one of the other things that I liked was that one, Robin Wright played the queen. She was the bad guy. But there
True.
wasn't a lot of like real famous people in it.
Right.
And I love that Millie Bobby Brown got to play something besides the
weirdo.
The weirdo in
Yeah.
Stranger Things, which I love her role there. Like, I
Yeah.
love that show, but it was
Mhm.
nice to see her transition into something that was just so different. But she did a phenomenal job.
She really
It was
did.
well written, well executed. It's a great movie. You guys got to watch it. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Actually, let me not flip people off. 5 stars.
That part. 5.
Oh wait, this is John Cena.
Ah!
Imagine that. So, what else do you have for us, Casey? I know you got something on your handy dandy list for us.
Yes. Let me get back to my list. Okay, so I love a documentary, and I've started a few.
Okay.
But here's one that I wanted to talk about. It is called The Other Shore. Diana, and it's about a woman by the name of Diana Nyad. She is a marathon swimmer.
Oh,
all right, y'all,
nice.
hold on to your britches when I'm going to tell you what I'm about to tell you. At the age of 63,
Bless.
she swam from Cuba to Key West. Let me say it again. At the age of 63, she swam.
That's amazing.
From Cuba to Key West. And when I say she swam,
wow,
I mean in the water, in the shark infested jellyfish water, night and day. She ate in the water, and all of that. And now,
how did she eat in the water?
That she'd be in the water, and they would either put food in her mouth or hand her food.
Oh, so she had somebody with her.
Oh my God, it's a crew of like, I think 50 some odd people that have to be with her in order to do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. She's got doctors, she's got people whose only job is to drive these boats that keep the sharks away from her. I mean, it's a whole lot of people, a whole lot of things going on, and it's funny because she gives you the layers of the people that she has to have And then she talks about the fact that they have people that work with them, which is how you get to like 50 some odd people with her. She did this swim. Now, I told you she did the swim at 63. Right. She had to attempt it, I think, 3 times. And now, in order to actually get it done, she didn't like do it the first time. And she did it after having not swam for decades. So she had to initially retrain because, again, like I said, she's a marathon swimmer. She swam the English Channel. She swam a whole lot of long distance things. Cuba to Key West is it is technically, I think they said, like a 1.5 day, 2-day swim. And again, we're talking, it is technically like a nonstop thing. There are rules to what allows her to get out of the water, but okay. So in the first few attempts, she got stung by man of war jellyfish so bad that they had to pull her out. Like, you can hear her in the water saying, "Oh, it burns, it burns, it burns." So they pull her out of the water. They put clothing on her so that less skin is exposed or whatever. They do things to get her all settled down. She gets back in the ocean and she swims more. She gets stung a second time. What? A second time. Yes. Same swim. Oh, no. Second time, she gets hit again. And that second time, it was the toxins, the amount of toxin was so intense that when you see her, it almost looks like she's dying in front of you because she's not even there. They've got to do all kinds of things to revive her, give her all kinds of medications to revive her, to combat the toxins from the jellyfish. And then she gets back in the water and tries to do it again. But at this point, she's so messed up from the toxins, the medications, she can't do it, and they make her get out. So like I said, it took like 3 attempts for her to actually get it done. But if you want to see what it means to be tenacious, if you want to see what it means to do whatever you got to do to make your dreams come true, because this is something that she dreamt of when she was at the height of her career at like 20-something, 30-something years old. She had dreamt of swimming to Cuba. And I think she had attempted it at that time, but just couldn't get it done. So at 60 some odd years old, she's out here in shark-infested waters doing what is literally impossible, inhuman to do. And she did it. It was utterly amazing to watch. Like, I was on the edge of my seat because I just knew she was going to finally give up and not do it. Because she had family members, she had friends telling her, "You can't do it. I can't watch you go through that again. Just let it go. You've tried. You did more than anybody had ever done. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go." And she's like, "I just can't. I can't. I'm not ready to let it go." And by golly, she got it done. Got it done. I was amazed. Just totally inspired. Yeah. Absolutely inspired. Because the other part of that I think is, again, I mentioned she's 63. This is a dream she had since she was 20 some odd, 30 some odd years old. So it just goes to show you never let a dream go. Age doesn't matter. True. None of that matters. If it's something that's really in your heart like that, you have to pursue it. You owe it to yourself to pursue it.
True. Yeah. I agree.
Amazing.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go with I watched a movie called Cobweb. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit like the storyline plot. It says an 8-year-old is plagued by a mysterious constant tap from inside his bedroom wall. The tapping that his parents insist is in his imagination, Peter's fear intensifies. He believes that his parents could be hiding a terrible, dangerous secret. Questions in their trust. And as for the child, what could be more frightening than that? So it reminded me of like you can't see, what was it? The Sixth Sense. You can't see, or I can see dead people. Something a little bit like that. So there's this
Sixth
boy,
Sense.
and the Sixth Sense. That's the one. It reminds me something
One of my other
similar.
favorite movies.
Yeah. So I had to bring it up. So in this one, there's a boy, and he goes to school. He ends up drawing this picture where it's like the bedroom's pitch dark. He writes, "Help me," and then the teacher obviously finds this drawing disturbing, so she wants to speak to the parents, and the parents are like they're abusive parents. They're in denial. Da 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 da. So it was kind of like, it was different. It was kind of, I was like, wow, like, because there could be like, lots of people going through situations like that. And I mean, I know it's just a movie. It's not really, based on like real life things, but I don't know. I found it to be really interesting. It was scary. It's like a thriller kind of movie as well, horror thriller. But I would recommend it most definitely.
What was it on?
On a movie. It says Prime Video and Stars. You can watch it there too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was, you said Cobweb?
Cobweb. Yeah.
Oh, put that on my list. Sounds good.
Okay.
So I've been watching Law and Order Organized Crime, as I stated before. First of all, I love Stabler.
Okay.
Because he's just so passionate about his work. I'm still like halfway through the 3rd season, but one thing I want to point out is I love in every show, NCIS, Criminal Minds, and now this one, are the tech girls that always do all of the nerdy research for them. And this has one of those as well. And it seems like no matter what show, when you put the right actress in that space, it always ends up being like they're kind of the show. They steal the show.
Yeah.
Now, there was an episode in season 2 where they were doing some research, and the people kidnapped Stabler's mom.
Okay.
And they couldn't figure out where she was being held, but this chair that she was in was a specialty chair at a kink club. And the research girl was like, "Yeah, I know exactly where that is. That's so and so, and that's a chair at the place." What? And when she said that, I was like, "Yeah, girl,
nailed it,
nailed it." And so then, and then there's this. They bring in this guy that's like a big time hacker, like a real famous hacker, and now he's helping them or whatever. And they've kind of got a little something going on, but he's like, "What? How'd you know where that was?" So it's funny, it's cute, but anyway, so yeah, Stabler. And then on the 3rd season, our homie from Burn Notice is on that season as well. And do you guys remember the movie? Can't remember what it was called, but it was it was a Peter Pan, and Robin Williams played Peter Pan.
Sure.
And then there was like the boys. And then there was the one that was Rufio. Do you guys remember him? Okay, so the actor that played, no, that's not him. I'm lying. This is the guy from Biker Boys. I'm lying. This is the guy from Biker Boys. He's in this 3rd season, and he's like this magical undercover guy that they call him the Invisible Man, because he like sneaks in and sneaks out and you never see him. But anyways, yeah, so Law and Order, Organized Crime.
Shout out to Triple L here, who says I am 21 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And shout out to
Happy
Alex and Christopher
birthday
because
to you.
they all said Hook. And yes,
Hook.
that was
Yes.
that was
Hook.
the
Rufio. Rufio.
movie.
That wasn't the actor. That was a different actor.
Yes, right.
Okay.
But still.
But both of them were in Biker Boys.
Mm.
The guy that played Rufio and the guy that I'm talking about on NCIS.
Okay.
So,
Coolie high.
but anyway, so yeah, NCIS, organized crime.
So next on my list, okay, this is a movie that under normal circumstances I would not watch because it has an actor that I am not necessarily too keen on. And if you watch BoobTube, you've heard me say this before. Even recently, I said this. However, this weekend was a weekend of I'm just gonna watch whatever. I don't really care. And so I haven't finished it, but I'm like 90% of the way through this movie. I started watching Murder Mystery 2 with Adam Sandler and what's her name?
Jennifer Aniston.
I'm not gonna lie, thoroughly entertained. I am thoroughly entertained by this movie. I think more than anything, it's Jennifer Aniston is goofy in this movie. Not too goofy, but goofy enough that I'm like, that's so not Jennifer Aniston, but I'm so digging this right now. And I didn't see the first one, so I don't even really know. I'm watching it not really knowing that they have this reputation for whatever. I don't know because I didn't see the first one. But when you're watching this one, you hear enough people say enough things for you to know that they are who they are now because of something, that happened previously. And even though I didn't see the first one, there's still enough originality in this story that it doesn't even really matter. They say enough things that you kind of get the drift of what's going on. So again, kind of like Ricky Stenicki, if you just want to sit and giggle and whatever, Murder Mystery 2 is put it on your list.
There's two things that I want to mention about Murder Mystery that are important. One, their chemistry. Adam Sandler, his comedy is different.
Mm-hmm. True.
Some things are funny, some things are not. He is an actor that cannot work with just anyone. Mm-hmm. But when he works with the right actors, I think that's it. And I think with Jennifer Aniston, why it's so so strange to see her in this movie is because this is not like, she doesn't seem like this would be her kind of role.
Right.
But she did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great job. The other thing is that I think it's like the storyline about, because they're like fuck ups. They're private detectives that literally fuck up everything, stupid shit. And so like all of these bizarre situations happen as a result of them just like careless, mindless, blonde dummy shit. But yeah, I like the Murder Mystery 1, and this one too is they're on the ship, right?
No, they're in some exotic location because a friend is getting married.
Okay, yes. Okay. The first one was, I think they were on the ship, but anyways, yeah, good choice. It's one of those movies again, like where you don't have to really like pay attention, but it captures your interest. You're like, oh, okay, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then it gets a little bit better and a little bit better. Hello, Charles White from Philadelphia and Triple L 21. John, Rainbow Teardrops. Go ahead, Desiree. What you got for us, girlfriend? You look so serious.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, I'm just looking. No, there's a couple of shows that I want to watch, but I haven't watched yet.
So what you got? What's
She
on
had
your
a
list?
serial killer face on, like she was looking at
I'm zoned in. I'm in the zone.
Who's
I'm
next?
in the zone. No, I'm just trying to find something. I don't even know. I don't even know.
You want to pass? Shall we pass
Cabin
you?
Fever. Cabin Fever. Hold on. There are like a lot of scary ones that are out. I don't even know why.
Have you
The
seen
House
them?
at the End of the Street.
No.
No.
She was saying these are on her to watch list.
Oh, to watch.
Yeah.
Cabin Fever. Is that new?
It says it's on Stars. I don't know. Maybe. Let me pull it up. Hold on. No, 2002. That's old. It's old. It's old. It's old.
But it's new to you, so doesn't matter when it came out.
I love you. I needed a good laugh.
I don't know what else. Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness though, because we started in our green room talking about the fact that we hadn't really seen a lot. And that at some point that now became conversation of the stuff. Again, if you all are with us every week, you know that we are addicted to 50 Cent Productions. And currently Black Mafia Family is in season. And Kari and I are always on top of it. We be on it. And Kari, I don't know if you admitted first or I admitted first.
No, you did. You said, Kari, I just want to apologize.
Cause I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to mess up. Let me tell Kari now, I ain't seen it. And she was like, neither did I. I'm like, what?
I start cracking up. I'm like, no freaking way.
She's
like, Kari, I apologize. I did not see this week's episode of BMF. And I just start cracking up. I'm like, no freaking way. And then she's just looking confused, like, what? And I'm just like, neither did I. So then the other funny part was that we were like, I said, and I know Desiree didn't watch it. So then when she comes in, I said, Desiree, did you see BMF? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, get out of here. And then she's like, but no, I'm watching it from the beginning. I never saw it. And I was like,
season 1.
You didn't see this episode.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it's a trifecta. None of us saw this episode. But that also led to conversation about where we are as it relates to season 3. And and the fact that it's sort of a lukewarm startup. You've got one brother.
That was generous.
I'm trying to be generous.
I see that.
You got one brother up in the D, and you've got the other brother down in the A, and it's like the season is a divide and conquer. It's like transitional in terms of the development of their business venture, if you will. So because Kari and I were like, in that first season, can't think of the brother's name, but there was that one crazy nut job that you kind of always look forward to seeing him in the scene to see what kind of shenanigans he was going to get into. And now there isn't anybody really that has that sort of edge, even though the guys in Atlanta, Lamar, thank you. Even though the guys in Atlanta, I don't know, because Michi is new there, they're all sort of gunning for him, but it's not quite as hyped this season as, say, the last 2 seasons were. They can't all be winners. I mean,
I don't know. I know that a lot of the story they're trying to keep as
close to real,
in line with the actual events that happen, because the difference between Power and BMF is that BMF is based off of true characters and a true story, although a lot of it is fluffed for entertainment purposes.
Right.
So them trying to keep the elements of the story that are true while still entering the pieces that are for entertainment. I think we're at a lull because like they're trying to get back to the storytelling. But we want that entertainment. Like I want to see Baby Mama and Lakeisha, or is that her name? Is that Lakeisha?
I don't know.
Markeisha.
Whatever.
Markeisha. Yeah, it's Markeisha. I want to see them like argue and go at it and like exchange words. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to Meech, had that he was beefing with Lamar because Lamar had issues or was dealing with the baby mama, but she still had feelings for Meech because they got a kid together. Like I want to see the mess.
Unravel.
Like it was exciting in the first episode of the season because Meech was like they were coming for him.
Right.
Only to find out they're the plug. They're just trying to get him to do work. So anyways, yeah, BMF, we are not up to date. The last episode, none of us can speak on, so we're not going to speak on BMF this week. Sorry.
Even though we just did.
Even though we just did. But I do want to speak on, I did see Dumb Money. And Dumb Money is the story on how Reddit and social media people. So what happened is in Dumb Money is basically about stocks.
Okay.
It kind of gives me Wolf of Wall Street vibes. But what happens is, we know that people with lots of billions of dollars control the stock market. And there's this one guy who's got like this little YouTube channel, and he's not a stock like expert, but he's really smart about stocks. And he's like, why are people not investing in GameStop? He's like, GameStop is a very viable business. It's a great business model, yada, yada, yada. And so he gets on his little YouTube channel and he's got this, pretty big following. And they're like, yeah, GameStop. So he's like, we can control the market and raise the price of GameStop if we all start buying the stock. So I forget what they call it when you do that.
Yeah, I remember this happened in real life. Do you guys remember?
Yep.
Yeah, this is based on a true story. So inevitably what happens is they start the FTC and like the people that regulate the stock exchange think that one, he works at, I think it's Charles and Schwab or one of the big, stock companies, but he's not a stock market analyst or like there's no conflict there, but they're trying to get him for that because he was able to create like these billionaires were like going broke because of this, the GameStop rise. And so like the movie is like really interesting because it's showing how one person can give out this information and influence all these. And basically his story is like, we're the little people, but you know what? There's more of us than there are of them. And if we get together, we can affect change if we do this, that, and the third. Listen to what I'm saying. So they do it and he's absolutely correct. Yep. So obviously, the billionaires are like, we got to sue him. We got to, get like, they're literally like, it got to a point where his life was actually in danger. Because, these are people with money that are losing money and, they got a lot, riding on this. And, some of those people, a lot of those people are not good people. That's how they got their money. But anyway, so it was an interesting story just to watch how, and then the job was like, oh, it's a conflict of interest with you doing your YouTube channel and giving out stock advice and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, when the little people
try to
get a come up, the IRS and everybody else got to come for them. And it was good. It was a good little, it was a good movie. And,
this wasn't that long ago, right? This story.
No, because Reddit's only been around for like 7-8 years, maybe. It's not Reddit's not that old. Let me see when it happened.
Yeah, because I seem to recall the whole GameStop thing. I don't think it was that long ago.
So the movie was in 2023, but it's based off of the story in 2020.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There we go.
So it happened just at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, I was gonna say I seem to recall when this was on the news. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. So good movie. Liked it.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Cool.
What else you got over there, Case?
So give me a second here, because there was something that I wanted to watch that, again, that you just, it's like it's one of those things where I know I want to pay attention, so I gotta pick a time when I'm ready to pay attention, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But
I gotta pick the time when I'm ready to pay attention.
Yes, but here's what I want to say, because one of the other things we talked about was, again, the things that we watch that we've already watched. And so I was telling the ladies that, because I hadn't really watched a lot of things this week, I was watching something a lot of, and
Okay.
I don't. For those of you who are familiar with the show Monk, I started watching that on Netflix, and I was telling the ladies it's like the perfect background program, because you don't have to literally pay attention. You could almost, with this show, just listen to it and be aware of everything that's going on. But the best part of the show is watching the main character, Adrian Monk. That is the best part. His little idiosyncrasies are everything. Absolutely everything. So yeah, that's the other thing that I did watch this past week that, not necessarily that exciting to talk about, but definitely a guilty pleasure.
You know what I miss watching too that I just seen on my little list here is Split. That one and the second one. I kind of miss watching those.
Are you talking about the movie Split?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
With Edward Norton.
One. Yep.
That was good. Yeah. That was
multiple personalities. Isn't that part of like the Glass series, like with Samuel L. Jackson and
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't remember who the other actor is, but there's like Bruce
L.
Willis.
Jackson is one of the
Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Edward Norton. They play different,
And you know what's funny is, until that movie that had the three of them in it, didn't know that there was any sort of connection
at all, which I think is cool. I think it's cool when they have standalone. They can do movies where it's like they're together, but they stand alone, where you don't have to have watched the other movies in order to understand what's happening.
Yeah, and they were truly standalone until they put them all together. And it was really quite fascinating too, though, because these were very bizarre characters, very weird characters. So it was kind of cool to have them all come together, and to have them come together in a way where they're being treated like they're imprisoned, and when normally there's somewhat, well, granted, Bruce Willis's character wasn't necessarily a bad guy, but the other two weren't quite right. So
what I do want, Lizzie Blue For You, I can't see her comments on Twitter, but she asked a huge favor and wants some assistance. What I would suggest is, if you follow us on social media, I am Platinum, PLATINUMPUZZY, and the number 1, and you can hit us up on Twitter, and we could talk about what you're trying to do, because I don't understand the question. But yeah, you can hit us up there, or me. The other ladies will be giving out all of our social medias here shortly, but
yes. Oh,
I just
right.
wanted to address that so you don't think we're ignoring you, because we're not.
About that time, huh?
It is getting very close.
Hold on.
It is getting very close.
Okay.
Another thing that I saw that I wanted to share, and I did see a debate on TikTok. I would love if you guys chimed in the comments. But there are 2 really recent Griselda movies, and we're talking about Griselda, the queen of cocaine.
Right. I haven't watched that one yet. It's on my list.
Well, there's one with Catherine Zeta-Jones, the older version, and then there's a newer one with Sofia Vergara. How do you say her name?
One, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I mentioned it, because a lot of people are like, oh, why is she, why did Sophia do another version of this? Well, of course, every network wants to get their hands on the Griselda story because it's an interesting story.
Sure.
But what was interesting about Sophia is watching some of her interviews. They put her in a wig, they gave her a prosthetic for her nose and like her chin, and like it is, and of course, it's very different than any Sophia role that we've ever seen her in. So this like elevates her whole like ability to act. But furthermore, there were so many things that she shared that she's like, I've never sniffed the stuff. So she was like, I had to learn how to do that. She's like, I didn't know how to smoke a cigarette, so I had to learn how to do that. Like, so it was really interesting hearing about all of the things that she had to learn to do because Griselda did them. And, I really, really loved it.
Okay. You want to, in an effort to work with Lizzie, do you want to start? We got to start rolling through our.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up. Let's call it a night so we can go do some customer service. All right, guys, the official 2024 date for Exotica Expo, April 12th to the 14th in Chicago, Illinois, only a couple of weeks away. June 28th to the 30th in Miami, Florida. October 25th to the 27th in Edison, New Jersey. And December 6th to the 8th in my backyard, Washington, D.C. Ladies Free Friday. So go sign up and get your tickets. Reserve your VIP tickets at EXXXOTICA.tv. And also in Edison, New Jersey, the 3rd annual 420 Expo, September 3rd to the 15th, 2024. Make sure you follow us on social media, the 420 Expos, and get your tickets at 420expo.com.
13th through 15th, not the 3rd through the 15th.
I said 13th through the 15th, didn't I?
The 3rd.
Oh. Of course, when there's 1437 people watching, September 13th through the 15th. Don't believe me. Just look at the screen. It says 13th through the 15th. Also, you can follow us on our social media platforms right down here in our pink boxes. Mine is Platinum, PUZZY, and the number 1. Lizzie, screenshot this or get a photo so that you can see where you can contact me on Twitter. I'll be happy to help you. As always. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm desirable bottom everywhere, and
I'm just sexy everywhere.
Woo! It's Casey all night.
Oh yeah, Casey don't just go for a few minutes. Casey goes
all night,
all night long, all night. Let's do a quick. We had Sabrina Fitzpatrick in here, Ricky Boss. Whitney, where was Zany? Whitney, you better go get Zany. She's in trouble. Alex Miles, Jason, we will definitely tell Jay you said hi. LL, happy birthday. Let's sing him a happy birthday real quick.
Wait, where's my happy birthday? Hold on, I got it.
Oh yeah.
They ask me what I do and who I do and who you do it from. Come up with this shit up in the studio.
All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe. All I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe.
All right, there we go.
Cheers. Cheers to you. Happy birthday. And for everybody else that's watching live, we want to say thank you. And for those that are watching the replay, we also want to say thank you and welcome you to come and see us next week live, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same channel, same bat channel, same time. You know how that goes. Again, I am Kari Platinum Pussy Anthony. You can follow us on our pink boxes, and we will see you guys next week, same time, right here on Exotica TV. Back to you, Casey.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.